And we are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The streams are back. And I'm glad to be back. It feels good. The last couple of streams I did felt good, felt right. And this feels right as well. Sammy, Nabil, anyone else that's currently tuned in, you are very, very, very welcome. Good to see you guys. We're looking at the Thames Valley branches today, which is a honestly, I'm going to do like a review video tomorrow, and I want to use footage from the live stream that I did when it was first announced or when it showed up on the roadmap, and I was judging it so hard, and I feel like I was right to do so. Like I don't necessarily take back what I was saying at the time, but what Johannes has done is special. It's really special. He's done it really, really well. And I hope that I can show that to you guys here today. As always with these streams, do let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see. Anything to do with the route or the train. It's not even really trains. It's more train. The train that's on the route, and hopefully I can help you decide whether this is a piece of content worth your money or not, to be blunt. So Uh, I'm gonna do my rail journey thing, journey mode. But if there's anything in particular that yeah, you guys want to see, I'm happy to break away from that sort of routine, if you will. So I guess what we could do is do like a run from the Henley branch, then a run on the Windsor branch, then a run on the Marlow branch, and then sort of just keep, you know, just keep changing between them basically after every run, just so it doesn't get boring. Or could do a run there and back, because all of these runs are like A to B, then B to A straight after. So we could, for example, go to Henley on Thames from Twyford, then from Henley go back to Twyford, and then go on the Windsor branch from Windsor to Eton. Sorry, Windsor to Slough, and then Slough back to Windsor, and then the same for the Marlow branch as well. I think I might do that. Because judging by the head codes, I think like they're actually that return, except this one, but then that one's on me. So yeah. Hey, hello CP. I'm doing well, thank you, my man. How are you doing? Also, what I'm gonna do as well is get this going. Although annoyingly enough, this is one of those routes where each chapter on the journey mode takes place in the same date. So whatever weather we get for each one, all those ones are going to be in the same weather basically. Or if there are going to be any differences, they're going to be fairly minor. I almost forgot the sound stuff. I believe it's AUX input. I'm glad to hear that you're doing fine, Sammy. Sorry, CP. That's good to know, Sammy. Well, so the weather. So by default, in the game, the weather is so on the journey mode. I think the weather is locked to dynamic, so you're at the mercy of Dovetail's. Okay, nice. You're at the mercy basically of Dovetail's dynamic weather system. With the weather mod, it takes the real life weather from that date and that location. So it's like as per reality, or very close to. But oh, tell a lie. No, sorry, I was completely wrong. We've got 10th of October, 1st of January, 4th of April, and 4th of April. Okay. I got done by these two then, because they're both 7th of July and they're the only ones that I've done so far. So I thought to myself, oh, this is going to be one of those ones where they're all the same date. But no. And then these two as well. Okay, no, these two are different dates. But these two... Oh, no, these are all different as well. I say all different. There's a bunch of 7th Julys. Okay, maybe we will get a variety of weather patterns then. Good. I'm very happy about that. I like that. I like that a lot. Received my grades this Friday. 19.5 out of 20 on chemistry and physics. Well done. And 17.5 out of 20 on biology, geology. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. Well done. I'm proud of you. You work hard, and you reap the rewards. Congratulations, bro. So has that qualified you then for like certain institutions moving forwards? Right, we got sounds. That's strange. That wasn't enabled by default. Also, my FPS is not... It's not smooth. Why is it not smooth? Is it because of smooth motion? I think it might be because of smooth motion. Which I was mucking around with. But I don't know if I want to keep it on moving forward. It doesn't... It says 60. It doesn't feel like 60. Right, I did unisolate these. Get the doors open. Okay. I mean, it's very, 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 very similar to the 166 that we have in the game already from Great Western Express. I also did try and cheekily like follow the tracks to see how far they went. If it was one of those situations like we have on Edinburgh Glasgow, or no, sorry, Five Circle, where like the whole of the Edinburgh and Glasgow track is laid, but it's not. It cuts off fairly like within view. Actually, you can kind of see where the track like cuts off. There gets a bit muddy. But what that means, and I noticed this, but I didn't really think anything of it at the time. But then I saw another ambassador mention it, and it sort of just clicked in my mind, because the like tracks are cut off so soon, like within view of the stations that we stop at. When we see like the HSTs fly past, they haven't had enough time to get up to speed. Now, I thought trains can enter the portals like at any speed, but I'm assuming they enter at quite a low speed. So that means that by the time they get to the stations, rather than seeing a HST flying past at 125 miles per hour, it's actually going quite slowly. And I did notice them going slowly. I just didn't like know why. But yeah, which kind of sucks, to be honest. I didn't study biology, by the way. Only the day before the exam. You took a risk, bro. But hey, yeah, I guess you didn't need to revise. Doesn't look like test. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't quite know what to think, because like the FPS is reporting 60, but like it's clearly not. I guess what I could do, actually, when you use smooth motion, you usually I think if I understand it correctly, like you half the FPS, and then like the the software does the rest, basically. But let me actually just push it to 60 myself, like manually, and then see if that will sort it out. Sorry, what's that? What was that? That was off. Is that that motion blur? I think I've got motion blur off these days. Oh, VSync. Okay, that's okay. Okay, that's better. Now we're at 60. Although it's not smooth. I think I'm going to turn smooth motion off. I didn't really mess around with it too much. I kind of just turned it on and then tried the Frankfurt S-Bahn Frankfurt route, because that's like the worst for performance. So I just kind of want to see how it does, and it did quite well, to be honest. But I will say, playing this, I mean, I'm on my 5080 now, but even on my 3080 Ti, which obviously doesn't have smooth motion or anything, it was completely smooth. So I'll do this run, which is not going to be long. It's about 14 minutes or so, and then I'll go and turn off smooth motion and just play like I'll just play the game raw, basically. These grades will allow me to join pretty much everything science related here. Nice. I still need to do maths and Portuguese exams next year. So over there, like, I'm assuming even if you just have the core, like, science, maths, and Portuguese, that those three by themselves can get you pretty much anywhere, right? Where's the lamb sauce? I'm never gonna try and go all out on a Gordon Ramsay act. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll get a complaint from the neighbors. I don't know how much. Let me say passion. Let me call it passion. You need to have for your face to change color as you express yourself. I've got a little mug of coffee here. It looks like the Portuguese route is going to be a TSW7 special CP, don't it? Yeah, there's not really much time um, as it is. And I don't remember where the Portuguese route was even at on the last roadmap. But all we know is for sure that we're getting the Tadame line. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we get Tadame and then whatever comes next happens. Is it looking like it's going to be a TSW7? Probably. But I guess unless it's like officially announced, it's only ever going to be speculation. And passengers aren't really coming over to the train. I've stopped at a stop marker, which I guess, you know what? I wonder if the stop marker is backwards. Because it stops me at the stop marker that I would stop at. Actually, no, not even, because it would stop me here if you're going the other way. But I went even a little bit beyond the stop marker. We're meant to be locking our doors. I'm going to allow these passengers to get on board. But it always stops me usually at the correct stop marker. This is the first time I've been stopped here. I wonder if this is just like a one service bug. Because I don't see any other reason. Oh, look, little sperms. It looks like little sperms. I don't see any other reason to be stopped here. Right, we let these two women get on. And we'll get it cracking. Oh, my throat. Why are people getting off now? That's really odd, isn't it? Well, I'm going to close the doors. If you make it back, you make it. I feel like they're trying to play that game that a lot of us have played when we were younger. On a train, where when you're with a friend. You try to, like, jump out of the train, and then jump back in as the doors are closing. That's what it feels like they're doing. Have you heard of a game called Back in Service? Basically, you're a Czech metro driver. That's not the one that TSS did a video on today, is it? I started watching. I know yesterday, I think I started watching it. Then I realized it's not really a video that I could watch at the time because I actually want to pay attention to it. Oh, that is the one. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know. I literally just started to have a cough. I don't know where it's come from. It feels like there's something here. It's really funny because when you sound the horn, the passengers get scared. And really? What engine is it made from? It's not Unreal Engine, is it? That doesn't sound like an Unreal Engine feature. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the Unreal Engine content that we've seen in games hasn't really pushed the engine as far as it can actually go. I hope Dovetail doesn't repeat what they did last time. Dovetail Direct to include the Portuguese route to take a ticket again. Jesus. I hope they don't either. I think that wasn't a cool move. That wasn't a cool move as well at all. Sorry, I think it borders false marketing in a way because I don't know. To me, the take a tickets were like new pieces of content. I did not expect to see something that's already been announced for like 2 versions of the game already. So I wasn't a big fan of that at all. And it just brings the whole excitement of Dovetail Direct down. Because you're just sort of excited and looking forward to, you know, brand new content. And then the minute you see them do something like that, you start being a bit concerned and anxious for like the next routes that are being announced. Thinking, okay, are these going to be actually new or something we've been waiting on for years and years? Imagine they pop out with the 420. That would be diabolical. Still got they cancelled Metro Rivals, but at least, you know what? I think it would have been cool. I understand it's not nice for a business to be in that position, right? And I guess it's one of those ones where it's like the less said, the better. But I think I would have appreciated, and I don't think I would have been the only one, to appreciate a little bit of information, like what happened, basically. You know, it's not like it was a game that the whole community were looking forwards to, but it still was something that many people were looking forwards to and potentially excited for. And then out of the blue, you just say, okay, it's not happening anymore, and then that's it. You just never speak on it again. I don't know if in the Discord, for example, or in other communication platforms, more information has been given about it, but for sure, nothing has been like officially, like there hasn't been like an article, or I don't know, I haven't seen anything on the forum to kind of give a bit more information on what exactly occurred. I'll be honest, even us ambassadors, like we don't know like exactly what happened. For 20, you got to be an expert EMU at this point. No, for real though, like, but bro, the 420, when and if it comes, because I can't say 100% it's going to come. Let me say I don't believe 100% that it's going to come, but if it does, when it does, it has to be just mind blowing, bro. Like, let's be honest, it being a TSG product already raises expectations a little bit, but a TSG product that they've had like 5 years to work on, this has to be like the most incredible train this game has ever seen. The most optimized. If it comes out with half a bug, that's not good enough. There's no way. There's just no way. Be looking for info, nothing I can find. I don't think you'll find anything, man, unless someone who was part of that team and, you know, lost their position or lost their job or whatever, kind of goes on a bit of a run or posts something online. You know, like what we had with like All Aboard Studios and Alan Thompson. Like that, unless it's that kind of situation, I don't think we'll be seeing anything, man. Then just like scratching that itch. Maybe I need to give that game a go, man. Those types of games have never really appealed to me. Like, I'm all down for them in like car form, but a train kind of like racing action game, never really been anything to call to really call my name. But I've learned, you know, don't knock it till you try it, basically. Unless it's something like strawberry pasta, then I'll definitely knock that. Oh snap, I'm going too fast. I might get hit with TPWS. Actually, no, we're good. The brakes on this thing are quite effective. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the Densha series. I don't think it would hurt to at least give them games a go, you know? Hello, Aristan. How you doing, mate? Right back to it, eh? As we do. How you doing, man? How's work? Racing trays itch. I didn't know I had. Yeah, it's. I don't know, man. It's I feel like, well, initially I felt like it's something that was so niche. I knew about the Densha series, you know, for many years, but it was, in my mind, I just saw it as a Japanese arcade game. Like, it's not something you'd own at home. It's something that you'd go and play at an arcade for 5-10 minutes, have your fun with it, and then sort of leave it at, you know, leave it at that. But then, I don't know, man. I've always been like a stickler for realism. Like, even as a kid, like I was just so super hardcore in my what I expected from a game. And if I was going to have a train game, it needed to be realistic. And like, even like the younger me within me is instantly put off by the thought, and then like the mature me sort of kicks in and is like, well, I should give it a go before I say anything about it, you know? I don't know. I feel like certain genres. I mean, look, ultimately, the whole point of a game is you have fun, right? You can make a game out of anything. I just feel like with certain genres, I don't know, man. They need to be respected, you know. I hate to sound like the you know, old guy yelling at a cloud, but I don't know. But that's just like me. That's just me. Like in my own head. It's not like people can have fun, you know. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. I really like the birds that fly away on here. It's a nice little effect. I will say though, they're the same birds in the same places every single time. I'm not a huge fan of that. But as oh, he's wearing gloves. That's cool. But as it's like a brand new feature, if you'd call it a feature, I'm not mad at it. But I hope should Johannes or other developers use it, I do hope they work on maybe trying to have that feature be a bit more sporadic. Overworked, underpaid. Had a chance at an apartment, went to go view it, got phoned halfway there, say it's gone up by 5k, which is 4k outside my budget. That sort of behavior is disgusting. To be completely honest with you, mate, I don't think something like that should be allowed. If if a viewing is booked and you're going to view it at a certain price, it should be locked in for you. If they want to raise the prices now, they can raise that for somebody else who hasn't yet viewed the property or booked a viewing, right? But it's almost like, I don't know. It's a bit of a piss take, because imagine it's something so far away and you've gone all that way and now you're thinking, or there's some other pressure that's sort of pushing you to go for it at that higher price, and that's something that landlords could, or estate agents can take advantage of. So I don't think that's a good practice, in all honesty. I'm going to waste my savings just to get a house. Needs to be sensible. Well, I don't think that would necessarily be a waste. I think a house is a good investment. It's an opportunity for you to get into real estate if that's something that you're interested in. And it does give you that blanket of ownership. But that's not going to be the only house available to you, you know? So, no stress, man. I said I was going to turn smooth motion off, didn't I? And I just didn't do that. Right, well, hopefully I'll remember to do that after this run. Ah, someone put an offer in. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think I can have too much to say against that. Unless it's a whole scheme, you know. Someone put an offer, you know, that kind of thing. But that's probably not that. It's probably not that. But 4 hours to cool down is a bit excessive, no? It's frustrating. It's frustrating. But I would take it as like something better is waiting for you. You know, something better is waiting for you, man. Good things come to those who wait. Apparently. I also think it's a very privileged position that you're in to be able to even consider, you know, buying a house. So I think that's something probably to like meditate on as well, just to kind of ease your soul a little bit, put your mind at rest. This weather mod really does cook up some brilliant results. Make some routes an absolute pleasure to drive, man. Absolute pleasure.
We are now approaching Ship Lake. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Well, that's what usually happens, though, isn't it? It's like whenever I don't know what it is about our sort of DNA and our makeup, but when we're like vexed, whatever we put our mind to, we do really well. I don't get it. It's just something within like anger that causes us to lock in. Surely that's got to be studied and like exploited. Find whatever it is within us that, like, I don't know, that whatever switch it is that turns in our brain, and then make it so that it's on, like without us needing to be upset. I also do wonder a lot of our behavior as human beings came from like when we were cavemen or whatever. So even thinking back, I do wonder what was it that caused us, like what benefit did it give mankind to lock in when they got angry? But I'm thinking maybe when we were hunting, maybe if like an animal like tried to fight back, and we just thought like what, then that like garnered some sort of extra strength and we were able to like take it down and then eat for the day or for the week. I don't know, maybe that's too philosophical. I'm also not really sure what to do with my camera. I don't mind it where it is right now, but I feel like it's a bit too much to the side. But then there's no other way to do it. Like that's literally only other way is have it as it is, but on the other side, which just maybe I'll look more at it when I'm looking at chat. I guess that would make sense. Maybe I can look a bit more into that. But the thing is, I find when I put my stand that I use for my phone on my left, it gets in the way so much, so much. There's just a lot of clutter around that area. And then when I want to do simple things like move my monitors, it just really gets in the way. I don't know, we'll figure it out, innit? Once again, if there's any questions you have about the route or about my experience with the DLC as a whole, please do ask. I just saw a log clipping into the fence. If there's anything in particular, specifically that you want to see, let me know as well. I think a lot was shown in the preview stream. And then a bunch of screenshots in the TSS video as well. So I don't think, you know, considering like how much mileage there is even altogether, I don't really know how much more there is that I can show you, but I'm at your mercy today. Also, Sammy, are you still around? I think Grumpy knows, but I have gotten myself SnowRunner, and that bundle that I was discussing the other day, it somehow just went on sale again, like the day after we spoke about it. So I got it, and so far been quite enjoying it. Spent about half an hour to an hour on it, and I think that I'm going to do a series, like a live stream series, like an episode 1, episode 2 kind of thing. Just playing it through. Happy to do some co-op as well. I don't think I'll do co-op on like day 1 of streaming it, but I'm happy to do it like from the second episode onwards. Hello, Grumpy. I can say with full confidence it's not shit. No, not in my opinion. It's always subjective, right? I mean, someone can look at this and think this is utter dog crap. I don't think so. I think it's great. Especially if you're someone who's on like limited time, just wants to get through a couple services, you know, real quick, or just want somewhere nice to drive through, like even scenery wise, like all of the lines, all the branches, sorry, are quite nice to drive through. They are quite pleasing on the eye. So it serves quite a few purposes, I think. Hello, Mr. ASI. How you doing, mate? Were you around on the other stream? Is your streak still going? I feel like I'm a bit short. There we go. That's better. Got an unmodded save. Yeah, I'm not planning on using any mods. I'll be honest. I don't even really know what awaits me in like SnowRunner mod land. Maybe once I start having a look, I'll just go down a rabbit hole that I won't be able to come back from. But for now, as I haven't really delved into the game yet, I'm not planning on running mods, but I have a funny feeling that's not gonna last. Knowing me, I just don't think that's gonna last. I wouldn't want to install anything that makes things easier. He says as he's got a bunch of DLCs that makes things easier, but I think DLCs are different because that it's official content. It's a bit different to somebody making something. Like for example, when I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and there were mods for like that allowed you to carry like unlimited weight and unlimited stamina and this and that, and yeah, they do make life like they're enticing because oh my god, the weight especially was atrocious to deal with. But if that's just how the game is, then I don't want to make it easier on myself. I think I'm more. I don't know. I've been playing through the Mafia series, and I'm playing Old Country at the moment, and in Old Country and in all of them, I've gone for the hardest difficulty, which is classic usually, and I think that's just I found like my I don't know, like I just like playing games in hard now. But I don't know if that's just for the Mafia series or not yet. My brain just tells me I'll have a better experience and maybe an arguably more realistic experience. There's that word again. If I play my games on hard. I think with regards to specifically the Mafia series, I'm just doing that because that was the original difficulty, as far as I understand, back in the day. And then I kind of just kept that streak going. And it has made, like, playing the games very enjoyable. I won't even lie. It's been really enjoyable. Mafia 3 was very frustrating at times because of it, but I wouldn't have done it differently if I had to play the game again. Are you thinking of doing some Simro this week? You know what? I tried Simro, you know, so I've got my GPU. I'm thinking, yeah, I can finally play Simro maxed out. I can't. What is up with Simro? ASR, please, talk to me, man. What's going on with Simro? Like, I'm getting the exact same frames I was getting with my 3080 Ti. I'm perplexed. Is there, like, one setting that just kills FPS that I turned on? Because I felt like even when I started to dial things down, like, bit by bit, nothing really changed. So what's going on? But yeah, I feel like I've come off Simro again, man. I had my time with it for a couple of weeks, and then I've just kind of come off it. I'm not planning to play it this week, I won't lie. I'm planning on playing this and SnowRunner. It could, like, come up before the end of the week. I'm not going to rule it out by default. But I guess we'll just wait and see. But I will say it's unlikely, though. I also might be working tomorrow as well. So I'll keep you guys updated on tomorrow's stream. Playing SnowRunner right now, but looking forward to a series. Oh, nice. Enjoy it, man. It's so crazy, like, the mountain of content that's awaiting me. And I love that. Like, I love that, man. Because right now, from the bottom of the mountain, it just looks like unlimited gameplay, basically. Oh, this is quite interesting, isn't it? What is interesting, you ask? I will show you. You might have seen it by now. Whoa. Oh, that's interesting. But that wasn't what I was talking about. Where am I? Where am I? This is not the first time I've seen this. I'll be honest. I don't know if it was here or elsewhere. Person standing atop a car. Person standing atop a car. Atop a car? Atop a car? On top of a car. Argentina scenes after yesterday's final. Congratulations, ASR, by the way, again. I did like 400 hours before I started looking at mods. So you know what? Like, my ears are open. I was going to flick my ears open, but I'm wearing a headset. My ears are open. Imagine that I've like flapped them open. Um, like, what should I be expecting from like SnowRunner mods? Like, what do they consist of? Are they do the mods tend to be mods that just sort of make life a bit easier? Do they bring in other mods that bring in like real vehicles? I'm assuming there's gonna be mods that like unlock everything straight away and all of that bollocks. Are there like mods for maps? What should I be expecting? KC2 is such a good game, man, such a good game. And I got so far through it that I really considered whether I wanted to like start my progress again, and I still don't really know. I know that I want to play KCD1 and finish it before I go back to KCD2, but because I'm now gonna have that knowledge of like KCD1, maybe there's certain decisions that I'll make that will be different on KCD2. Maybe there's certain parts of the story that I'll now understand better, which I think will make like replaying it worth it. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm gonna do these two. And I'm gonna do this one later on, just because. Sorry, just because these two are like. Oh no, they don't follow. They don't follow each other. Oh, never mind. I'll just do this one then. Use half resolution of SimRoll saves a lot of frames. I think I was doing that as well. Oh, I need to double check. I thought I was, but I can't tell you 100% that was one of the settings I changed. But then I don't know if it was because I used the bitmap, whatever it's called, like the new version of texture streaming on SimRoll. So I don't know. Ah, smooth motion. Let me turn it off real quick. So I don't know if that was something I messed with or not. I think I should. I think I should give it another go. I think it would be silly not to. Sorry, it's gonna be a bit of a wait while the game reloads. Talking of a bit of a wait, yeah, I forgot about marbles. I'm gonna reinstall marbles so we can play together. I miss playing marbles with you guys. We used to do it just to like pass time. I need to do that again, man. I wonder if it will like finish downloading before TSW6 loads. We might even be able to have a round. I mean, ASR, would I get like? Could you get better performance using like the old texture stuff on SimRel compared to the new one? Because even the new stuff, the min map, whatever, that's in beta, right? So it's still being like tested. So maybe one could get better performance using the older style and setting it to half resolution. So to run a plan for Wednesday. Internally in my head, yes, I didn't want to put anything out there. But yes, that's what I'm thinking. If I don't know, Thames Valley Branches just pops off, then maybe I'll just keep playing it later into the week. But my plan now, what I'm thinking of in my head, is to do TSW today and tomorrow, and then my brain just melted. Do TSW6 today and tomorrow, and then SnowRunner for the rest of the week, basically. She's spying on the neighbors. Standing on a car to spy on the neighbors is diabolical. Okay. I don't know if TSW6 is loaded or not. No, it's still loading. Yeah, let's have a round then. Should we do a race? I don't even know how to really play anything else other than a race. Let's do a race, man. Um, no way are the world records for this. Let's do random mode viewer play. I don't even know if it's still connected to OBS. Like I don't even know. I don't remember how this used to work. Okay, type exclamation mark play in the game and I'll see if you lot join. It should join because it's tied to Twitch. Okay, ASR's there. Yeah. Okay, it works fine. It works fine. Am I in it by default or do I also need to type in play? I actually don't know, you know. Qualify, join. Yeah, okay, I'm there. Wait, where's ASR? Oh, you're there. Okay, it just doesn't display your name all the time. Mostly trucks and traders, you can expect the mod trucks to be fair or overpowered. Okay, loads of mod maps and stuff like money glitch. Yeah, naturally. Maps, trucks, etc. for mods for SnowRunner. Okay, basically, yeah, what I expected then. I'm happy there's mods. I was 50-50 on whether there was going to be mods or not. Alright, see you later, Sammy. Oh, Grand Prix is basically a free race together. Okay. Does no one else wants to play marbles? Type in exclamation mark play in chat. Let's have a game, man. Let's have a game of marbles while TSW loads. He says there's TSW loads in the background. I still want to play marbles. Only quality over life when I use his paint jobs. What, as in like custom paint jobs that people have created? Oh yeah, he's gone off to have dinner, no worries. First one, KCD one was a go as it set you up with no skills, and hardcore mode is insane the first few hours. You know what, I saw hardcore mode, I considered it, but I was thinking, okay, maybe this is a particular mode for people who have already like completed this game, know everything there is to know about it, and want a bit more of a challenge replaying it. So that was the only reason I like avoided it, basically. You hate growing up, Dan? All money. Well, I mean, if it's all money coming in, that's fantastic. But as we know, it's usually money going out. So yeah, valid. Check the Real Valley blog post on Steam. Okay, let's do a bit of marble. Like, no one else wants to play. It's just me and ASR. You lot are missing out on the fun. Let's go, man. Is the blog one that's gonna bring me back to playing the game, ASR? Or is it? Why is there like no sound? Is that completely dead? I fell off, bro. Are you serious? Oh no, I didn't fall off. I'm inside. Where are you? What the hell? Oh. Okay, well, I haven't really got a chance, do I? Why is it so slow? It's really creeping me out that it's just completely silent. Can I have some music? Yeah. Okay, there's no music. It's just dead silent. It is too late to join, unfortunately, Grumpy, yeah. Also, I think it's like just a Twitch. I think it's just a Twitch thing as well. The game connects directly to Twitch, and then that's how it like reads chat basically. It's really like freaking me out that there's no sound. I hate it. I really hate it. Apparently not ASR. Okay, anyway. Wait, are you stuck? Are you got smashed? What's an L? What an L? Oh. Okay, we're both stuck. I'm not entirely mad about that. I'm not entirely mad. I guess we'll get moving at the same time. Okay, it's made it more even. It's made it more even. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, you know what? I think that was the turning point. That was the turning point. If I get stuck on this rock, yeah, I'm good. Okay, maybe not. Where are you? You had no rocks in your path. Okay, you do have rocks in your path. A lot less than I did, though. That's not really fair, is it? And you just went right past the one that you had. Okay, cool, bro. I feel like I'm just getting like World Cup disappointment, PTSD all over again. Thing is, though, did we ever have music on marbles? I don't remember, because I think the last time that I played it on stream, not that I've played it off stream ever, um, I had like the music playing on my PC. So you guys have a bit of lo-fi playing. I just have nothing at all because the lo-fi is playing on my streaming PC. You know what? You might be cooked to yourself. If I can get down fast enough and go down the way that you went down, you might have just opened a path for me. Oh, I'm taking forever, mate. Taking absolutely forever. And then I get caught up on these dildos. Now I'm cooked. Wait, what? Yeah. I mean, I think ultimately you deserve to win, really. Because you were like far ahead. And it took me forever to catch up. Your prize is a congratulations. And we get XP. There you go. How about that? There's your chats. Okay, how do I close the game? Did I make any changes? I didn't make any changes. Discard and exit. How do I quit the game? I don't know how to close the game. Okay, anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. There you go. Right, back to business. Onto the Windsor branch, starting at Windsor and making our way down to Slough. Argentina didn't show up yesterday, mate. How you can be in a World Cup final and have 0 shots on target in 120 minutes of game time is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That has to be studied. Has to be studied. And also at the same time, Spain, eventually did the business. But how does it take you over 20 shots on target before you do the business? Spain do not get away scot-free. Are you off, Sammy, Grumpy? Oh, yeah. Sorry, ASR. Completely forgot. Let's have a little gander. Announcing a major update to our soundtrack. Let's go. Okay, got a new locomotive. Build 100 is actually crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this because I feel like this is going to be quite a read. Okay, this locomotive looks cool. It's given like 80s German stock. Constraints to overhead lines, interesting. Oh, that's an all too familiar sight. Wire electric, intricate simulation of a 3 kilovolt DC electrification system. Ah. Oh wow. They kind of went a little bit hard. Hey, hello, Carter. Still no new map of 500% bigger. How are you doing? We scored 3 times, one was barely offside, the other was basically BS disallowed, which I agree with, which I completely agree with. The offside was so close. I don't know how the linesmen make those calls. I couldn't, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Not least because I need glasses, but when like someone's offside by an elbow and you're seeing it like in the moment, and how do you And I guess you have to see that the ball's been passed from your peripheral. Shout out to linesmen, man, honestly. All right, Grumpy, take care, my man. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Spain and France had the easiest route. As a Moroccan, I'm offended. They aren't top, but they aren't bad. I didn't even see a Portugal game at all. I mean, I watched like 5 games in total of this World Cup. Overhead line equipment will be prone to damage, and to make it operational again, you need to pay to fix it. Cool. You'll also need to pay for used electricity. It will be charged per substations. Uh-oh. Regenerative braking can help lower electricity consumption. Oh, ASR, this is your field, mate. Not all of the railway network will be electrified. I think only some main lines will discuss this more in future posts. Okay. Improved graphics, new VR. I mean, the graphics were pretty decent as they were. From Unity 2019 to Unity 6 Plus, a lot of custom graphics solution completely revamped. Okay. Is that it necessitated a complete revamp of the entire VR implementation as well, so many months in the works. The new VR system is now mostly done and is aimed to bring support for more headsets, better controls handling. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued. Re-railing will finally get physical for minor derailments. We need to tow affected vehicles onto a pair of re-railers to guide them back on track. Sometimes to accomplish this, you'll need to use a winch gadget. Or if you, for really big accidents, however, you need to bring a massive new railway crane. That looks sick. This will be a heavy, self-propelled vehicles. We will manually operate the boom, hoist, counterweight hooks, outriggers, and more in order to lift derailed vehicles, gently lower them to the tracks. Okay. Please tell me they're going to have official multiplayer, because all of these things with multiplayer sounds like a lot of fun. Traffic vehicles, pedestrians. Nice. Okay. See, for someone like me, this will actually make like a really big difference rather than just playing in like a sandbox world. Birds and wildlife. What, is that going to be just audio of birds? Or are you actually going to see them? Because that also makes a bit of a difference. They all yield to each other, to trains at level crossings, and to you if you get in their way. Traffic density will also be an indirect indicator of how well a location is doing. Oh, keep a location happy with deliveries and it'll be bustling with traffic. By neglecting, it will slowly deteriorate to that familiar, eerily quiet place. Gameplay. North America DLC. Huh. They've really been hard at work, innit? Base game Southeast Europe have more developed tracks and the North American DLC map will match all that by setting a different biome, a different layout of tracks and locations. Okay. Combined B100 new features content about 200,000 new experiences to players for free. For free? The DLC will come optional. Oh, the DLC will come optional on top of it. That was interesting wording. Maybe that was just me. If you just spice up your game, the whole new theming for the sport team, no 16 whole new map, 6 fictional US spider locomotive, or each new map plays a separate career to make DLC most compatible with all maps. That's cool. So that you can make some building station settings. I don't think that's something I would do personally, but it's cool that you can do that. Who's buying a soundtrack for £9? Two notable features await 2028 or later: passenger transport and non-player driven trains. Also, that radio access label is likely to be removed. Okay. Fair enough, man. So is there any indication as to when this will come? Or has it already been released? The whole game being 4 gigabytes is crazy, by the way. Portugal match was kind of boring. No goals till 90+1. Beckham coming in clutch. Yeah, a cool like electric loco card. Let me go back to it. It was at the very top of the blog. It looks like an old school, like German. It looks like an old school German logo in its setup, and then in its looks more like Eastern European. It looks cool, in all honesty. North America DLC when it didn't give any time for anything. I don't think. Not the update, not the DLC. Cool to know that it's coming though. And I do appreciate that they're conscious of players who have, you know, been around for a long time and need something fresh.
The next station
Putting pressure all young man.
This is the Great Western Railway service to Slough.
Are you referring to Yamal, Dan? No surprise they had all those men on him. What did it say at the bottom? Sorry, ASR. I didn't see any dates at the bottom. They mentioned 2027, but that was for the next blog post. I didn't see anything like any release date for what was mentioned. That's around the release of CSW9. Yeah, you're definitely trying to rage bait, Dan. It's not working, mate. What did Argentina do in the game, for example? Nothing. They played like rats. That's what they did. I hate seeing that type of football. Just like so unnecessarily aggressive. All they wanted to do was be aggressive and be bullies. At no part did they actually want to play football and do well. It seems all they wanted to do were get into the heads of the Spanish players. And fair enough, that's like getting into the head of your opponent. It's mind games. It's like it's part, you know, it's part and parcel of competition. But you mess with the opponents mentally, and then you go for the kill. They didn't really go for the kill. They just kept like they were just playing like psychopaths. I don't really understand it. And then just the whole like aggressive and violent nature. It's like, bro, what are we doing, man? And I called it like, I don't know whether it was at the end of full time or at some point in extra time. But I was watching it with the little ones, and I was like to them, like, watch at the very end. There's gonna be a fight. There's gonna be a fight at the end. And lo and behold, there were plenty. They just had no interest. And then the coach has got the audacity, the balls to sit in the press conference and cry. What are you crying? What are we doing? What exactly are you crying for? Because your guys were involved in the beef as well. There were all the players and staff were involved. So I don't understand. You're crying as if you're bleeding passion for the game. You're not. The whole team's in the wrong sport. And how does Fernandes think he's going to come back to the UK and everything's going to be okay? There's no chance. Absolutely no chance. Argentina's like real face really showed, be it the players, be it the staff, be it the fans. Disappointing but necessary. It said at the end of 2027 they'd increase blog posts cadence. Okay. So, what dates did they give for the update for B100? Because whilst they're doing a front flip, is on my bingo card. That was insane. I'll be honest though, yeah. Perhaps it was just momentum. I'm driving really badly today, by the way. Perhaps it was just momentum. But watching all the replays, it didn't seem that deep. Like, that deep. Like, it was a bad foul. But not do a bloody front flip and cartwheel. Bad challenge, you know? But again, maybe it was just momentum and the force that he ran into him with. I mean, the England and France game was incredibly entertaining, and I think partly why it was entertaining was because the manager did what he should have done against Argentina. It's absolutely mind blowing to me. And look, hindsight is 2020, yeah. And maybe if England did continue attacking instead of playing defensive, we would have really regretted it, and then people would be mad anyway. But I think it would be more logical to continue attacking when you're 1-0 up against like a much stronger opponent. How in the 55th minute do you start playing defensive? And then you're getting an absolute pummeling for half an hour and just continue, and then you double down on your defensive strategy. I just didn't understand that at all. Like, I'm watching the game and I'm thinking, bro, how are England meant to survive this? Eventually, if a team keeps coming at you and coming at you and coming at you, eventually they're going to score. What about Trump's cringe-ass moment at the trophy celebrations? Bro, it belonged in there. Apparently, it took quite a lot of convincing to get him off the stage. But that's just Trump being Trump, innit? So it's not a huge surprise. So I keep hitting the table and it keeps making the phone vibrate. In all seriousness, I thought Argentina would have had a chance, but it didn't show up. I mean, they should have had a chance. Like, the hunger they've displayed in their games up until yesterday was nice. Like, it was really cool to watch a team that just don't know when to give up, over and over and over and over again. Like, it was nice to watch. And yes, they did have some interesting moments in other games. I'm gonna leave the night runs for now. Maybe we'll do them later, but it's quite dark. You're not really gonna be able to see much. You know, there's been some scumminess in almost all of their games, as far as I understand. But just that hunger, it was good to see. Yesterday, bro, I don't know, man. It was like watching. Yesterday was like watching France against Spain. France had been turning up the whole tournament. They come up against Spain, and they're just limp, like they're unrecognizable. And I feel like that was Argentina yesterday. But even if the front flip was exaggerated, you don't risk going into that sort of challenge while being on a yellow already. And then Messi, little scumbag, trying to snitch on Cucurella because Cucurella covered a quarter of his mouth for half a second. Absolute muppet. These are both night runs. I'll do them later. Absolute muppet. It just shows you where their hearts and their minds were. Like, you cannot be proud of that. And then, surprise, surprise, a complete brilliant reflection of the team. The fans just destroyed like every city in Argentina. I never watched a more confusing game on Saturday. I'll be honest, it was shocking, but at half time, I had a feeling my what's the word? Like my guess for the France England game was that it was going to be 5-4 to France. I was so certain that England were going to fumble it, and they so nearly did. Imagine if Elise actually had some skill to him. Yeah, I know he does, but you know what I mean. 3 clear-cut chances that he should have put in the back of the net. It could have gone either way, man. I thought it was going to be a horrendous ending to the match for England. But fair play, they held on. And it made for an incredibly entertaining game. And they did me a solid because I was sitting at work with nothing to do. Station was closed. Just being there to flip and be there. Then the players remembered that if they lost 4-0, then Paris would become a war zone. Paris would become a war zone regardless of who France play and what the score is. They could win 10-0 or lose 10-0. The score could be anything. Paris would get destroyed. They played as one instead of having individuals. I mean, a lot of them still stunk. Like, just seeing some individual performances. I don't know, man. I don't think we'll ever have the team that we had in like 2010. Big complaint is that I have is that there's a lot of delay in the transmission from TV because I heard my whole neighborhood scream and celebrate. And 20 seconds later, I see, yeah. My wife, not my wife, I was playing up, but I had the TV quite far away from the router, and so there was so many interruptions, and I have to like use my iPads, and then the iPad would be different to the TV when the TV would come back on. Don't know if that will ever be something that can get fixed, but yeah, very annoying. You see, a Ronaldo fan. I'm not. I mean, I'm a fan of both, but Messi was just an absolute muppet yesterday. How do you defend what he like that particular action that I mentioned? How do you defend that? He's probably the best player to have ever played football ever. I don't have anything against him, but that particular act yesterday just highlights where Argentina's head was yesterday, and where it was in a good place. Hey Nabil, how long will the stream go for? It won't go any later than 9. I'd love to see Roy Keane's reaction. Yeah, that would have been entertaining. It's crazy because they literally faced their back when we got our cup. Like, they couldn't even respect that, bro. When they were going up to collect their medals and the Spanish team were all like standing there clapping. I know, like, that's kind of like how things work, but I personally wouldn't have been doing that. You got abused almost beyond just beyond it just being like a football is football kind of thing. And I think there's a thin line between being respectful and just being stupid, and I think that was just stupid. Spain, England in September in Wembley. Well, that's going to be embarrassing. Is there any purpose to that game, or is it just a random friendly? France do like to have a protest. The French one, the sky is red. 2 days later, the country shut down. I mean, look, I respect it. I respect it. Farmers get treated like crap here, and they continue to get treated like crap because nobody does anything about it. Imagine if farmers here reacted the way they did in France, spilling manure all over the streets. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. Sometimes you have to play a forceful hand, and the French know how to do that. It's just a shame. It's something they just take advantage of. They will just do it when it's completely unnecessary as well. He was the Muppet, but the least Muppet of that team. I mean, like, ultimately, I think it was just a handful of the players that were Muppets. It wasn't all of them. But it's I don't know, man. Like someone of Messi's stature and maturity, you just wouldn't expect. You know, there's a certain expectation you have from him. You know, and it didn't include that. Hello, Machiavelli. How you doing, boss?
We are now approaching.
You're sorry you played football yesterday. What do you mean?
The gap between the train and the platform.
Why are you sorry that you played football yesterday? Argentina's goalkeeper at least remembered he was in a football World Cup. What do you mean? Does this route not get boring? Honestly, so far, for me personally, it hasn't. It hasn't. Um, like I haven't played it for like 8 hours, you know, on the trot. But I've been spending like consistently 2-3 hours on it. Like recording content for it and stuff, as you probably noticed today, on YouTube. And now, man, that was one of my first concerns when it was revealed in the roadmap. But I can't say that will be the same for everyone. What does get me though is wondering how drivers that drive on these branches deal with it. Like, don't they get bored? It's like sitting driving the Waterloo and City line. Although I learnt recently that the Waterloo and City line and Central line are shared. So the Waterloo City line just has drivers from the Central line. So I'm assuming they'll do the Waterloo and City every now and again, but their main home is the Central line. I had no idea. No idea at all. They do know how to throw a Molotov. But do they add sugar? Don't think, huh? Man. Messi looks old last night. He did. He did. I wonder if that would have been the case if the players around him actually wanted to win and played like they wanted to win. But the few times he did get the ball, yeah, man. Unk. Put the boots up, man.
Next station is.
It's done.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Bourne End.
Tried to give him a pass, but it did not work. Should have done better, Machiavelli, man. Should have done better, mate. It was a disappointing watch. Goalkeeper was literally the only player who played at least decently. 400 in the match. Well, he had to though. He had to. Like, and did he really have a chance? Shot after shot after shot after shot at him. He had to. He had to turn up. And realistically, half the shots were right at him. Like, he didn't really have to work. He made some really decent saves, but a lot of the shots were quite easy to deal with. Still waiting for the punitive actions for Argentina for displaying the banner saying the Falklands are theirs. If any other team did that, FIFA would have said, see you later. How FIFA, I don't know. I don't know. We can make the corruption speculation all we like, but there's a lot of validity in it. Like, there's just no way nothing happened after that. Ridiculous. I know for a fact that if it was the other way around, chaos would have followed. Saying as 2 of our players got a 1-match suspension for staging Bros or Spanish at the celebrations of Euros 2024. I mean, generally speaking, FIFA's rules say you can't bring politics into football, basically. So I don't have anything against them punishing it, but I do wonder what's going on when they don't punish it. Is it a secret, Dan? Sugar in a molly? Or sugar in boiling water? I think if you're clued up, not that it's advisable. The addition of parallax windows on this route is nice, but what I've noticed in quite a few houses when I was just being a bit of a peeping Tom was that a lot of the houses have the same, like all the windows in the house will have the same interior, and it just looks a bit weird. It didn't happen all the time, but it happened enough that it was noticeable. Oh, you played for Spain, Machiavelli. Okay. Congratulations then, mate. Good stuff. Yeah, the players showed a lot of resilience considering, yeah, there were quite a few injuries. I mean, if anyone deserved to win it, like if Argentina won it, you look back at their past games in the tournament and all the what seemed like corruption and things that they got away with that they should never have gotten away with. They did not deserve to lift that trophy. No. And it's mad because even if they did, like, good for them, but the rest of the world hates you. Like, is it really, is that a price worth paying? I think for Argentina, probably, they don't care. They actually do not give a toss. But it wouldn't have been a pleasant win. Whereas as Spain have won it, the whole world's like, thank you. It's like Spain lifted the World Cup, but the rest of the world won. Dan, is there like a like an IRA revival going on that I don't know about that you were part of? Argentina's playing like they were fighting for the Falklands. Well, again, like I wouldn't have minded them fighting to win or fighting, you know, to be the ones to lift that trophy. But it just seemed like they were fighting without a purpose. They were fighting just for the sake of fighting. What happened in 1978? Well, see Maradona's goal, yeah. You can watch replays of it and it seems blatant, yeah. And in the replay it's blatant. But I saw it, they showed it the other day, and I thought to myself, like, how noticeable is that though? You know, being a ref from the ref's point of view, and it's not like you're expecting something like that to happen. I don't know. It was criminal for Maradona, but I don't think like I'd blame the ref necessarily for that. You know you're Irish, and that's what's important. That's it, man.
Where this train terminates, please take all your belongings with you. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train. On behalf
Sometimes it's not that easy, though, is it?
thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway.
You can feel like, you know, you can feel like that quite strongly, and then someone else might come around and say, actually, I disagree with you, and I'm going to be violent about it. And then you're sort of backed up into a corner. Some teams that were winning against Argentina then at halftime had a sudden completely random loss of strength. There was some also basically on the table deals on players or literal blackmailing is crazy. Under the table deals though does sound I was gonna say reasonable. Not reasonable, but like something that could actually be the case, you know? Looks like we won't be going down the Marlow branch on this run. I think I might have done the only Marlow runs on this branch. Completely off topic, by the way, but just something that I was doing this morning, or earlier today. I didn't know how important undervolting a graphics card is. It wasn't something that I did for my 3080 Ti. I just tried to overclock it. But with this GPU, tried to overclock it and it just wouldn't go anywhere without crashing. Really frustrating. And it wasn't until I started undervolting, then I could start pushing it. I started pushing the core clock up. So I'm basically running it quite high. And it's not drawing that much power, I don't think. But I can't know exactly because Afterburner doesn't want to show me the stats. I always have an issue with it. Literally shouting I am Spanish at 12:20 a.m. I think given the occasion, I think they can get a pass. How long is the longest service? 25 minutes, which is this branch, but with the Marlow branch included. So going down here. So I'm just gonna go back to the main menu because I don't want to do a service that I've already done. So the shortest runs are Windsor to Slough, which are just, there's no stops in the middle. You just go straight from Slough to Windsor. That's 8 minutes. Then you've got Henley on Thames to Twyford. That's 14 minutes. Then you've got Bourne End to Maidenhead, which is like 16 minutes, I think. And then if you go from Bourne End to Marlow, it takes it up to 25 minutes. Sorry, it's 13 minutes. Sorry, Bourne End to Maidenhead is 13 or 14 minutes. And then it's 25 minutes for the whole shebang. As a matter of fact, let's do Marlow to Maidenhead. Is there a way to go from track 1 to track 2 in Bourne End? No. So the services that are going to Marlow will always be on the track that then leads you to Marlow. Oh. I'm assuming the next one's probably going to be a nighttime service as well. And here it's kind of not perfect, independentist movements and stuff. Sure, but wasn't like yesterday just about being Spanish? Tesco product recall. Uh-oh. Why are they emailing me about this? That's concerning. Doritos tortilla chips, chili heatwave. What's wrong with it? If I bought it from you, I would have eaten it already. Affected batch code, affected dates. We'll shortly be updating our online product recall page with more details and further information on what to do next. I want to know why it's being recalled. See details. This is because some bags may contain tangy cheese seasoning, which contains milk and therefore incorrectly labeled. This product poses a risk to people with an allergy or intolerances to milk or its constituents. So you put the wrong flavor in the bag, basically. Rookies. How nice would it be if they could tell us the time? You know, like with all these TSW 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, surely by now we know the time of day alongside the length of time that the run's going to take. Lots of people around here don't feel Spanish. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to do... You know what? F it. Let's go for it. Let's do a night run. I'm going to do one at some point anyway. No, the lighting's not terrible actually. On the stream it was quite bad. It's quite atmospheric. The lighting's been done really well on this route. Take back the empty packet. And then what? File a lawsuit. Say that I was lactose intolerant. It gave me the shits. So I go to Northern Ireland and start shouting I'm British. Well, no, because you're in Spain, no? Oh, he said in the Basque country. Ah. Okay, I don't think it'll be that bad as going to Northern Ireland and saying you're British, but I get it. I get it. Well, maybe Dan says that happens. Don't worry. Maybe it was just the excitement of Spain winning. You know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Basque Country had their own terrorist group at one point, so it's similar. Well, there you go. I don't know why I didn't expect him to be there, but I didn't expect the Spanish king to be present. Like, it does make sense. I just didn't expect it.
The next station is Bourne End. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead.
Oh no, you don't really see much, do you, actually? Traffic around Katowice and Warsaw was great. I really need to dial in my settings for Simro. I'm so disappointed that at 5080 you can't like run it maxed out. Even when I turned on the resolution, because I started thinking to myself, oh, maybe it's just the fact that I'm playing it in 4K. But even when I went down to 1080p, I tried 1440, nothing changed. Then I went down to 1080p, still nothing changed. I said, okay, there's a, it's got to be one of those situations where there's one setting that's killing everything, and I just don't know what it is. You've told me before when I was trying to mess with the settings, and I don't remember. I know you mentioned vegetation back then, but I was messing with the vegetation settings, but maybe not in the right way. Could I be CPU bound though? I don't remember if I had my overlay on or not. But I've got an X3D chip. Like I've got to this day, it's still well within the top 10 of gaming CPUs. So I don't know. It could be the case. It could be the case. I don't think it was. Maybe if you're still around by the end of this stream, and I can quickly sort of go on it and have a little muck about. But I was doing my testing in Warsaw because that's the worst for FPS. I know if I manage to get 60 FPS in Warsaw, I can get it across the whole map. So I don't know if it's something to do with the area. That's just too much. because I'm pretty sure something like the timetable would really affect CPU. Yeah, one thing I didn't do was change the texture stuff. I didn't try the older version. That's why I was especially intrigued about it when CP mentioned it earlier. So I guess I can have a bit of a muck about with it today before I sign out. Because I'm pretty sure I've never really seen like super high CPU usage. Why is it not showing me FPS? That's interesting. It was showing it before. But yeah, I'll have the overlay on when I give it a go, and then we'll see. Could be single core moment. It could. Would that reflect in the CPU usage? I'll have to open Task Manager and see. Yeah, you can't see anything at night. I don't think there'd be much point doing night runs, in all honesty. And you can't really blame your hands for it. There's just nothing. Like you're mostly in field and countryside. You wouldn't expect to really see much.
We are now approaching Bourne.
I think where the buildings are, the lighting's fine.
The train to the platform and take care when stepping down from the train.
About to see what the stations look like. This is actually my first time playing this route in the dark. I don't recall having starters when loading trains. Maybe I just didn't really pay attention to that. But considering I'm pretty sensitive to starters in TSW, I feel like it's something I would have noticed.
This is Bourne End. Do not try to board
Right,
or leave the
so
train as the doors are closing. This is a Great Western
wipers
Railway
off,
to Maidenhead. The
gauge
next
light off,
station is Cookham.
tail. I'll also deregister here as well. Light off. See you later, love. One thing I can't seem to do is open and close the window. I don't really know why. I haven't been able to do that like the whole time, no matter where I stand. I think something popped up for a second. No, that was set in the driver's seat. Yeah, I don't know. But wouldn't that make it even more noticeable when the game starts ASR? If it's constantly smooth, and then out of nowhere it stutters. Hello, Mr. Hamburger. How are you doing? Ha, Simroll reference. Almost. Not quite. Just a reminder, if you're tuning in recently, I am happy to take a request for anything regarding this DLC. If there's anything in particular that you'd like to take a look at, be it to do with the scenery, the trains, the sounds, whatever it may be. If you're interested in purchasing this DLC and there's anything I can do to help you decide whether it's worth it or not, I'm here to be used for that purpose. So don't be shy. Anything you're curious about, make it known. Because perhaps something will come to light that I myself had no clue about. I think it's fantastic, ASR. I really do. I think it's good value. I think it's perfectly priced. Like if it was £20, I'd say probably wait for a little sale. But I think £15 is perfect for what you get. I was shocked at how much more replayability there is than I initially expected. I expected none, in all honesty. But there's just so much going on with regards to the scenery. It doesn't get boring. There's always something new to look at. And it just feels fresh. I know that might sound a bit weird. Apparently my credit score is much better than what the bank says. Well, check it on something like, I think Equifax is quite accurate, Dan, right? Falcon Bun at 40% discount already. I mean, in all fairness, that was a DLC that kept me fairly engaged. And I didn't have a problem playing it over and over, finishing the journey mode. But it is disappointing. I mean, I think they've solved that now with regards to like mixed formations on there. When it came out, it was pretty disappointing for what it was trying to replicate. The year they chose didn't really make any sense. It's improved slightly, but you still got the wrong style of PIS on stations. For example, Stuttgart's glass roof isn't done to the greatest accuracy. It's not without its flaws, but I think at 40% you'll get good value for your money. Full price, debatable. JR East on Trainfest trailer is crazy. I guess it must be super popular then. Like super popular. This would be a really tricky route to drive with no HUD at night. All of them, I think. Because unless your reference points are directly line side, like signs, for example, or something that's illuminated, you're going to have a really difficult time knowing when to start slowing down. I'm planning on just doing daytime services for the rest of the stream, just because of how little you can see. Like usually, I wouldn't mind doing nighttime services on stream because although obviously you don't see as much as you do during the day, you still actually see. If you do want to see more nighttime services, please do let me know. They put Subway Sim 2, TSW 6, JR East and Deer Valley, and my beloved. Well, the thing is, Simrail devs don't interact with Steam at all. Like, there's so many little hotfixes and updates and news that they have internally or on Discord, but they don't do anything on Steam. So they've got no Steam presence. The only time you'll see them active on Steam is when a DLC is coming out. So I can't say I'm hugely surprised. Maybe I already did all the daytime table services. Well, I almost have in the journey mode. So I'll finish off the day ones in the journey mode. But I haven't done any services. Well, they're going to be the timetable services are going to be ticked off from journey mode, but there's a lot more. They didn't put any discount. Okay, that's also a very valid reason for them not appearing as well. It wouldn't really make sense for them to appear then. Yeah. Sound squelching. Ruined was actually a really nice horn. Hey, Crazy, how you doing? Good evening. How have you been? I was thinking, what's that sound? It's really weird. And then I realized it's the wipers. I think Simrel should have had a discount. But then I wouldn't be surprised if the devs or whoever's in charge just didn't have a clue that there was even going to be a sale. Though I do wonder, even on a sale, I mean, how attractive right now is Simrel, considering the lack of content and updates. You're doing good. That's good to hear. Playing some MSFS 2024. You know what? I'm really enticed by the like rescue missions. Something I'd really like to get stuck into if I knew how to bloody fly.
This is first flat. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This
I think there's not a horribly bad chance that I'll get into MSFS before the end of the year. Not going to make any promises. Smarter than that. But I think it could be fun. Also, this is not the level that I'd be playing at, but the panels that you sometimes see people have with those crazy setups that actually look like they're inside a cockpit, in their own, like taking each one by itself, they're not stupidly expensive. Obviously, you have to have many together, and that's when it gets a bit crazy. If you were to build it bit by bit, it's feasible. Today's the first time I'm playing it in the career mode. Really? So how are you finding it then? Are you someone who's like into planes and flight simming in general? Or is this something completely brand new that you're dipping your toes into? I don't know what gym you're referring to, Dan. I don't really watch any flight simmers. Like when I see those crazy videos, it will usually be on Instagram or TikTok. Because I've heard they were super crazy expensive. Like each panel cost like a few grand. But then I looked into it and it's like it's not that much. As in, it's not a few grand much. It's not that much generally. I really appreciate the detail of accurate telegraph poles on this route. Something that you wouldn't really think matters, and realistically, it doesn't. In terms of train sim, no one cares. But I really appreciate it. It's nice to see that. It's nice to see everything on point. It gives you a bit more purpose as you trundle along. May have to go into full service here. Actually, no, we're good. Yeah. Oh, you talking about Jimmy Broadbent? Jimmy Broadbent doesn't have a crazy sim setup though. I've seen much more insane cockpits. Like, number one, you've got people who have got either a car, a real car, or part of a car that they drive in. I've seen one where their seat is, it's got like a door. So it's not actually like a car or a part of a car, but to access that, you need to go through a door, and then it's like an enclosed space with like 3 TVs. Crazy setup. Then there's the, I forgot the channel, but he's quite popular on YouTube. He does a lot of truck simming content. But he's got like 3 60-inch TVs together. That's what I'd ultimately want, but considering I'm using one TV, one 42-inch TV, and a 5080, and seeing, you know, it's not perfect all the time. I think even with a 5090, how the hell are you going to push 3 60-inch TVs at 4K, of course, and have smooth FPS? But then again, a 5090 is way more powerful than a 5080, so I don't know. Maybe it is doable. The lighting at the stations is really nice, I think. Enjoying it, and I'm into planes. I barely played flight sims. Okay, fair enough. Shouldn't be too much of a chore then, picking everything up, knowledge-wise. I know Jackson's been enjoying his flight sim in Journey. I was really close to buying a. I think it's like a Thrustmaster joystick and like lever combo. Bless me. Wasn't that expensive, man. I could have got it. Then I just thought to myself, would it just end up sitting, gathering dust? And that's what I don't want for anything that I'll spend any amount of money on. I'd want to actually put it to good use. Will I find another deal like that though? I don't know, man. I think it was like £55. ASR, I completely forgot your streak. I saw you post it earlier and I was going to get to it after I read some chats before it. And then I just skipped over it. Okay, let's see if we've got any more day runs. Were these both nighttime? Did I even try them? Thrustmaster Airbus joystick. Does that come with like a lever on it as well? On the same like platform, on the same base? If so, then that was the one that I saw. It's crazy how differently things could have gone. Because if MSFS 2024, because I made a pledge to buy that when it came out, to even get like the Aviator edition, but it came out just full of bugs, and so that was the reason that I didn't pick it up. And so that's also the reason I didn't really get into flight sim at the time. And it's crazy because if it had just come out, you know, in working condition, then I could be like a fully fledged train simmer by now. There's a very small throttle thing with it. That could be it. That could be it. I don't like it. Looks like thick, like where you hold it, like it's something that could fit in your hand quite nicely. But how much range it has, I don't know. It doesn't look like it has much, to be honest. Just playing it through Game Pass. Yeah, Game Pass is goated, man. If you don't really care about game ownership and you're someone who likes to jump from game to game and just play a range of different games within potentially a short space of time, Game Pass is perfect. And arguably the biggest thing, if you don't have the money to have either an Xbox console or a PC capable of running those games. It's very hard to argue. I know Xbox are not in the greatest of places right now, but Game Pass is just an incredible thing to exist. I think I might have done all the daytime runs, you know. I'm not sure about the Marlow branch. Maybe I've got 1 or 2 daytime runs left there. But I'm pretty sure in the other 2, it's just nighttime. They might be doing away with... Yeah, they might be. Like I said, they're not in the best of places right now, due to some silly decisions they made some years ago. And if Game Pass does go away, I think that'll be really bad for gaming in general, because it just makes gaming so accessible. So like, forget about Xbox or PlayStation and PC all versing each other. Just gaming in general, it makes it so accessible. But it makes sense. Like, at the same time, the whole like, oh, this is an Xbox and this is an Xbox and this is an Xbox marketing, they shot themselves on their foot, because now why do I now need to buy an Xbox? You're telling me that I don't need to buy your Xbox. You're not marketing your Xbox anymore. So those sales are going to dwindle naturally. And at least in the short term, that means less income. So I don't know, man. I feel like it's a double-edged sword that they've fallen over on. Aristotle's doing it again. Just revealed in the game's Compose and Germany showcase, Firefighters Code Red is coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S in 2026. Their streak continues, man. Their streak continues. It's insane that they've managed to keep it up this long. Platform 1 for trains to Maidenhead and Marlow, except for some trains, Monday to Friday, during peak times. Platform 1, I'm assuming, is the one that we're at right now, right? Oh, there's Platform 2. Wait, what? Surely... Okay, I understand why it says Maidenhead and Marlow, because they do go to both. But you think the notice would be specific to the Marlow branch? I've just been flying GA aircraft for the past... What's GA? I feel like I've been told this before and I've forgotten. May the money laundering continues. Well, that too. But just like the type of game that they're known for, they're just continuing that. It's just like the weird niche, and they don't even do it well. Like they just create sims for the sake of that sim existing. They do things so weird, so weird. You just can't convince me it's not money laundering, man. You really can't. You really can't. Everything they do is odd. Like it's like they don't even try to hide it. You know, they genuinely don't try to hide it. Why would that signal still be red? That would have made for a cool like. That's it's a Marlow train, right? Yeah. Oh, they're moving now. Cute. Just like that, Born End is silence. Oh, General Aviation. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Because I feel like a part of me feels like I'd be interested in doing like airline operations, and then another part of me feels like I can only get fun from flight sim if I do like missions. But then I don't think I know what I want, because the idea of cargo sounds really cool, but it's also really boring. And I got bored just flying for, I think it was like half an hour. I did like a half an hour flight, and I got bored, like super bored. So I don't know. Maybe something like the emergency stuff would keep me engaged a little bit, or at least have a higher chance of keeping me engaged. I think these sort of runs where you've got a bit of mist, early morning, I think they're a treat. I guess like private jet operations would be nice as well, and that also gives you a bit of purpose. But knowing me, I would need. I forgot what that mod is called. The ground operations mod that brings all the passengers and the baggage handling, and that's quite pricey. I mean, it's a one-time payment, right? But it's quite pricey for something that I might not fully dedicate myself to. You fly pretty low and slow, so you can really enjoy the scenery. Yeah, for the most part. Like, I guess if you're flying a private flight and you're going for an hour or two, you're gonna be quite high, right? Maybe not airliner high, but still rather high. Yeah. I can't really use the excuse of like having to learn a lot anymore because I feel like I'd get a lot of help from chat. Enough of you are interested in it that you'd be good teachers, I think, and you would teach me what I need to know. Because maybe if I go to study videos, it would get a bit convoluted, and I'm trying to maintain knowledge of some things that I don't need to know at that point. And maybe just with time, I'll yeah, like fall in love with it. Hello, Annabelle. Can I ask you guys a question who have been here from more or less the beginning of the stream? Because Nabil asked if it gets boring to drive. Um, not in the time that I've played, but does it get boring to watch? That is the first time I've been able to open the window. So can you only do it when you're sitting down then? Ah, you can only do it when you're sitting down, and then you can only open the door once you're stood up, which makes complete sense. Johannes is big brained, you know.
We are now approaching the first flat. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Yeah, I know, bro. I'm not even gonna ask again. I'm not even gonna try. People have either fallen asleep watching or prefer to just watch and not engage, which is fine. The poll wouldn't. I guess the poll could get more results. I think if people aren't going to engage anyway, it doesn't really make a difference. And ultimately, if it was boring to watch, I think the numbers would reflect that anyway. That would do the talking.
The first flat. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing.
Depends on what it is. What do you mean, Dan?
Railway service to Maidenhead. The next station is Maidenhead.
Do a poll, but with the engagement in 2024 2025. What does that mean? What do you mean? I do love the GWR livery, you know, it's very classy. Very classy. Look, it's got the heat waves as well, which is nice. Nice little touch. Coming off the exhaust. Especially when you also fly in areas you've been to before or nearby. That was the first thing I did when I got my hands on MSFS. I think that's the first thing everyone does. Either get plane and crash into your house or get a helicopter and just fly around. Not a big train guy, kind of boring, but I like structured shit, so it's cool. That's understandable. If you played a racing game or a story game, I'd probably be more interested. Fair enough. Well, I mean, I'm playing through Mafia Old Country, and I'm not planning on streaming it, but I could. I could, especially if I don't really get time to play it outside of streaming. So that's in the cards to be streamed, I guess. I'm definitely going to be streaming SnowRunner. There's a cool game that Nabil sent me this morning. Either this morning or yesterday. Or maybe on Saturday. I don't know. That I'm interested in playing as well. It's like it's a firefighting game. But it looks like quite a lot of work's been put into it. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I've got it on my wish list. Pardon me, on Steam. Racing, in all honesty, I don't have plans at the moment. Maybe the racing game gets updated, but then even then, my stance has always been the same on racing games. If I'm not consistent, I don't see a point in producing content for it. I can't just jump into LMU for 2 days, for example, if an update drops or if a DLC pack drops, which is actually coming quite soon. When almost no one participated in the polls. Oh, yeah. I mean, what you say 2024, 2025, why do you think 2026 will be any different? These morning runs are gorgeous, man. Some faith left. You're a better man than me. There's no TPWS magnets coming into Maidenhead. I thought I noticed it last time, but I wasn't sure. But this is this has confirmed it. The only one, oh my god, I missed my breaking point completely. The only TPWS magnet there is the one by the signal. Love me a night at Travel Rest, by the way. Fun fact, I've actually lived at a Travelodge while homeless. Not as long ago as you might think. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick trip to the bathroom, and we'll continue on. Actually, you know what? Got 40 minutes left. I think I can hang on. I'll cling on. Flying above a bunch of lakes right now. Surprisingly, I haven't crashed out all yet. You know what? That reminds me when I was I think when I flew the Cessna for the first time outside of like a training scenario, and it was going so well, and I thought, yeah, like I can fly. Like, this is cool. This is not that hard. I can do this. And I thought, hold on a second, let me just check the settings and see what sort of like assists are at play. Every single one was on, and I said, okay. Fair enough. Makes sense. Let's turn them off because I believe I can do it. Turn everything off. And I didn't crash. But it was a whole different ball game. I don't think I was able to. I think I did manage to land at the end, but oh my god, it was rough. And me being me, I just cannot play if I don't have this. If I have assist, if I'm trying to play something realistic, I can't have assists on. It kills me. I know it's quite silly. It's a silly stance to have, but like I went bald again. So did this fella. That's your twin. This guy's your twin. You might as well tattoo your head while it's bald. Get it over and done with if you haven't done so already. I wouldn't be surprised if you have. I like the color of the ballast, you know. I haven't really paid attention to it, but he's banged it. It's... Okay, the colors are nice, but it's very repetitive and samey. Like, I like the colors anyway. I'm assuming the switch has already been set up for the Marlow branch. It has.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Hull.
See you later, mate. Hey, hello, Mark. How you doing, mate? Thank you very much. Good to see you again as well, man. Hope you've been taking good care of yourself. Same thing with Ali. Just have a look. You know what? I appreciate that, Dan. That's nice. Like, ultimately, I see my purpose as being here to entertain through my gameplay. And have a positive impact on, you know, anyone that watches me. But it's nice to hear, yeah, it's nice. Nice to hear that. The reaction streams were good. I was thinking about them yesterday, you know. I'm going to keep an eye on how I feel during the day. Over the course of the next few Saturdays, just with regards to like tiredness from work and stuff. And honestly, if I feel like I've got it in me to bring them back and continue doing them, I absolutely will. It's not something that's dead yet. Tuesday 6 comes before Richmond branch. You know what? There's a very high chance of that. A very, very, very high chance of that, actually. Because if we follow the usual release cadence, TSW 7, if that's what's coming, would release in September, right? And we don't usually get a DLC until a month or two later. October, I mean, it's possible, but unlikely. It's more likely that we'd get a DLC in November. Whether it will be that or not, God knows. I mean, you would think it's more or less done that now. But the fact that it's not coming out now can only point to probably a November release if I had to guess. Welcome back, ASR. We also have a strike that's over a year now. What, a strike on Ali's channel? Come on, boys. Keep it moving. Oh, a streak. Wait. As in you've been here for the whole year, like every stream, or have you been subbed? Because I think there's a command that you can use to check yours. No, I think it's just a viewing streak, isn't it, ASR? It's not even like a sub streak. But I don't know what the command is. How do you do it, ASR? Because ASR's done something ridiculous. He's gonna say a joke about them rowing. You're allowed to make jokes. More or less, I've been here every stream, bar 2, 3. Fair enough. Well, the command or whatever it is takes it quite literally. A streak of Mr. Jokes. Okay, yeah, that's valid. I can testify to that. You press the points thingy. Ah. So is it something that's built into Twitch, or is it something that I've got set up and I just don't really know? No way rowing home. I mean, yeah, then so did we, innit? So. Built in, okay. So you can check it on any channel then. Very cool. Very, very cool. Only requirement is having channel points enabled. Ah. So you can have channel points disabled. That's no fun.
We are now approaching Marlin, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Yeah, sorry, I don't get your rowing joke.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Marlow's a good example of a little village where I'd love to live. Not a million miles away from London. Quaint, quiet. Area in general looks gorgeous. Because they don't say road, they say road. Okay, roads. Ah, okay. So is that what they shout when they do the movement? I thought it was just like caveman talk. I like that the guard is sitting beside us. It's nice to have that in the cab. And I'd prefer it to nothing. But I'd also like it if the guard guarded, you know? Like at every station you'd see him, I don't know, stand up and have a gander. Or just do something. Rather than just sitting there doing nothing. It said row would be cringe because English. I mean, Yeah, but I don't think it would be that deep. Mark, I don't know, man. I mentioned earlier, like you look back to the team that we had in like 2010, for example. And it's like, are we gonna have that level of quality in our players again? And if we didn't do anything back then, how on earth are we gonna do something like now? And fair enough, we have been doing well, and I guess ultimately a good manager can make anything happen. But there's a difference between coming close and actually taking the crown. Why am I hearing thunder? It's a bit more sensible this time with the scenery. You can actually see where it cuts off if you actually look for it. I don't think on the Maldmay line it cuts off anywhere. I think Bro's just got the whole the whole world modelled. Just complete gibberish. There's like actual words there, but they don't make sense. Whatever mod I've got for the thunder sounds is incredible. Oh my god. That sounded so good. It's Kane's last, I feel. Yeah, he didn't really show up in it. I mean, he banged goals. Don't get me wrong, but you would expect more from him. Harry Kane is confirmed that the 2026 FIFA World Cup was his last. Probably for the best. England parking the bus. Why is this Harambe that you keep mentioning? Is that, am I just out of the loop? Bellingham maybe has 3 more. Yeah, like at least for the next Euros and the next World Cup, I think. I think it'll still be around. Saka will still be around. How old is Rashford, by the way? Surely he's not old enough to be as washed as he is. Is he not still quite young? Or am I just thinking back to United glory days? I still wonder why DCG can't put some gibberish number plates on the vehicles. They do put gibberish number plates. Well, they used to be Easter eggs, actually. The number plates used to hint at, like, the next DLC, and then they stopped doing that. People started to clock onto it. I don't know what the number plates are like in German routes and non-English routes, but at least on the UK routes, they're there. Do they make perfect sense? Not really, but they're there. Rashford's 28. He should be doing better than he is, man. Well, that's just a difference in like quality and skill. 41 is absolutely insane. to still be going on. How old is Messi? I know Messi's late 30s, but I don't know exactly what his age is. 39, okay. It's sad that like this is the end of the road for them both, but my god, in the whole of history, how fortunate are we to have witnessed them in their prime with our own eyes live? Like that's bro. If you ever feel like you've got bad luck in your life, just remember that. In the whole of human history, you were around at the same time as Messi and Ronaldo were in their prime. What do you mean almost at Unk stage? Bro's Unk. Messi and Ronaldo are both Unks. Yeah, man. I, bro, you know, we've watched some legends in their prime, yeah? Ronaldo's included in that. Fat Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. Whatever legacy they had, I'm not gonna lie, has been wiped out after seeing them drive Madonna yesterday. I could not believe what I was looking at. All I kept thinking to myself was, how much are they getting paid? That's what they've been reduced to driving Madonna out in a pink car. I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. I could not believe it. Yeah. But watching Messi versus Yamal is like, I don't know. It's almost like something that exists outside of time. Bearing in mind, like, the history as well. Yeah, the whole thing doesn't even feel real. I wonder how Argentina are going to receive their players. Considering they trashed their country yesterday, I don't think that well. Like, they're not going to be proud, I don't think. They just don't seem like a reasonable bunch of people. And it's not all of them, but it's enough.
We are now approaching Bourne End, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
And here we're just watching the halftime for PK Shakira drama. What? There was drama between the two? How do you fumble Shakira, man? That's one of the dilemmas of all time. Basically ignored yesterday. Sounds about right. Oh, we got another train coming in, I think, at the same time. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Of course, AI train isn't going to get done by TPWS magnet. Oh, it's coming in hot. Hello? I'm gonna go take a look at that in a second. Is that just a perspective thing? Okay, it was just perspective. It looked like they went like right through the barrier. not me driving that train, is it?
For the 0643 Great Western Railway service on Barnet, this train will terminate here.
Wait a second, why are there non-UK cars driving around? Where the hell are these pickups coming from? Is that what you'd see in like US routes? The seats look so basic and boring in this train. There's two sons in MPK, but went for another girl. Two sons as well, you know, like you secured the rest of your life with Shakira. And you went, actually, no. They are bottle jobs. Better get the title of bottle jobs to Argentina. But you can't even say they're bottle jobs. I mean, yes, they bottled the World Cup, obviously, but it's not like, you know, they played well and were winning and then, you know, lost the win. England should have. If England were in that final, it may have been an embarrassing result. I don't doubt that for a minute. But at least it would have been a bit more entertaining. Did Shakira dedicate almost a whole album to thrashing PK? I don't know if she's doing it for the beef and such, or she did it until they break up quite well. Probably both reasons. But then again, Jay-Z also cheated on Beyonce, so not really a good look for us, men. Take it away from Arsenal, give it to Argentina. You know what? I am really curious to see where Arsenal go from here. Like, is this their transformation era? Where they go back to the Arsenal of like the 2000s? Argentinians are so easy to trigger. Never forget that one Top Gear episode. You know what? I'm gonna do a 37 run. Rail tour, right? Oh, some of these. How is this an hour long? Goodness me. We've got 20 minutes. What can I fit in 20 minutes? Maybe I'll just do this one and then call it there. Could do that. You know what? I'll do the hour one tomorrow. I think that'll be quite cool. Maybe we'll start with that and then maybe do one night run and then just do day runs. Apparently FIFA made 6 billion profit. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I was thinking about it yesterday. The money involved. I was thinking, okay, at least for the final, that's 80,000 tickets sold, all for like thousands of dollars each. I think that alone tells you all you need to know, really. I see what I remember from this. Oh, cool. One of the HST pack liveries. It's really weird not seeing them fly by at 125. I think Johannes flopped there. I'm not gonna lie. Would it have hurt to add enough track to allow the HSCs to get to 125? I don't know, man. Don't think that would have been a huge deal. It's weird just seeing them cruise through. Tail lights would be nice, innit? Okay, it won't let me switch over to the other loco. That's interesting. Bit too late to run around now. Why are we not going anywhere? Vacuum braked. West Ham is gone. What? Did West Ham get relegated? Infantino also didn't look very happy when Spain scored. Bro, all the deals that they made, it all went down the drain. I wouldn't have been happy either. Are you talking about what coaches I've got on this train, Mark? Well, we've got a I don't know the names off my heart. Got a TSO. Got TSO coaches. I can't tell you any more information about them. Give me 10k and I'll show you a game of their life. Yeah, 10k is just a ridiculous price, bro. And like, of course, you're also paying. Like, just being there is an event, right? Like, just being there to a lot of people is worth paying whatever ridiculous amount. But 10 grand. I wouldn't have been happy paying 10 grand for that match yesterday. I would have been so disappointed. So disappointed. It's a 37, Hank. Class 37. Oh, it's got a bloody school. Oh, that's so cool. You can hear the kids. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Apparently for 2038 only CONCACAF will be eligible for World Cup hosts currently because of stadium limitations. What's CONCACAF? Like a Gaelic championship run from March to July, the smallest venues are the best. But I think that suits Gaelic though, doesn't it? There you go, Mr. Henk. I don't know what angle you want, but it's quite tight here with all the bushes and the foliage. Oh yeah, vacuum brakes take forever to come on, isn't it? Oh, we're cooked. Not slowing down in time. Might as well just keep going. There's literally no point slowing down. I need to bear that in mind when we get into Bourne End. Tickets used to be 15 quid, now you're talking 50, 70 and finals over 100. Well, has it grown in popularity? That could be a reason for the price hike. UEFA for Central across North America. Oh, that's gonna suck. So only Central North America will be able to host that particular World Cup. Confederation of North Central American and Caribbean Association Football. Park costs 83k. Well, if people are still paying those prices, then they've also got themselves to blame. Used to be free back in the day. Well, a lot has changed since then. Also, we're talking about the 2038 World Cup. I am not a fan of vacuum brakes. I absolutely hate the things. Only because I'm not really good with them, I guess. I just found out there are UK locomotives in operation in the Netherlands. Really? Which ones, Hank? That's quite interesting. Island holiday will show you a great time. I think it would be very fun having the World Cup take place in somewhere like Ireland. I think people discovering the Irish firsthand would be fantastic. The 66 in the Netherlands. That's basically an international locomotive at this point. Global superstar. We'll go bankrupt again, but we'll go bankrupt in the best way possible. Alright, I'm gonna start slowing down from now. Maybe it's excessive. Maybe it's not enough. I guess we'll find out. It's looking like we're probably going to crash into the buffers. I think this route is a really nice one to just like walk up and down. I don't know exactly how much you can walk through, but if you could just like walk around here, for example. I think that'd be really cool. Then you can turn train sim into walking sim. They look funny because the British locomotives are smaller than European ones. Well, how does the 66 compare to something like a Vectron? There's not a huge difference, is there? A sweet Gulf oil money. Can't blame them, really. That's what happened with the Eurovision. We won it that many times and it bankrupt us, so we let someone else win it. How do you go bankrupt winning Eurovision? Oh, we're gonna hit the wall. No, we're not. It's actually quite a stellar spot. Stop. FIFA aren't going to care about slaves. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Potentially. I don't know if I'm going to be working tomorrow or not. If I am, then I won't be able to stream. If I'm not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more. Ridiculous, isn't it? I might not even find out if I'm working or not until like the day itself. Bit of a joke. But yeah. If I don't end up working tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more. I did, didn't I? ASIS. Thank you for the reminder. Check that once we eventually load back into the main menu. There we go. Yeah, let's have a little look. I need to open the Simroll map because I need to find the trains that are in Warsaw. Indeed, Nabil. This is just a little bit extra because I wanted to. I just want to check my Simroll settings. This is now the stream is now over. This is like not prologue. What's it called? Epilogue. Is this normal, by the way? The first time you press this, it loads, then doesn't load, then like says there's an error, and then you have to do it again. It's been happening consistently, and then it just works. 3 people, man. Anywho. API issues. Yeah, it makes sense. You've been playing Simro again lately? Really, Hank? I didn't know you were into Simro. This will probably take months to fix, if we're lucky. If we're lucky. Apparently right now the API is dead. Simro, man. So much potential for it to be like a game that's actually very popular and, you know, flowing with life. But you know that Bugs Bunny meme where it's just like, no. That's basically what the energy the devs give. Okay, can this actually display my my FPS? Thank you, 54. If I do this, it should go down. 52. Okay, whatever, 52, yeah? Okay, so I put this down to half resolution. Is that it? Is that just going to fix everything? The issue of API is already known. We are actively working on a solution. Multiplayer servers are also currently unavailable and cannot be joined. Wow, I didn't know about that. There's no need to report these issues again. It's the audacity. What do you mean abandon? I did apply, bro. What do you mean abandon? It's the audacity. They don't want people to complain about a problem that people are going to keep encountering. Okay. Now look, FPS has gone even down. At 52. Half resolution to full resolution is gone up by 1 FPS. Going back to map changes nothing at all. If I go medium, nothing at all, no change at all. Let's go to low. Half versus full shouldn't change FPS. It always has changed FPS. What do you mean? That's like the first thing that you would tell people who've got performance issues is turn down your the resolution to half. What do you mean? Mirrors, I'm happy for mirrors to be disabled. That's gonna add 2 or 3 FPS. Well, it's added 7 apparently. When VRAM is full, it does affect it. But when it isn't, no. So, okay, so the game is using more than 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Yeah, I'm going to turn VSync off so I can actually see how much I'm actually getting. But for the moment, you're telling me that the game with the thing on full resolution was using more than 12 gigabytes. Wait, why have I gotten all this FPS? Because I turned the mirror off? Because everything else is all the same, isn't it? Everything else is still the same. Oh. No, it's alright. We're still getting good FPS. Let's go here. This is an improvement on the numbers I was getting before. I wonder if overclocking my GPU has gotten me up to 60 or past 60. Yes, Nabil. Let me double check that though before I lead you on. Yeah, everything's maxed. Except the mirrors. I've disabled mirrors. I actually personally don't really care for the mirrors. And it was turning the mirrors off that seems to have fixed. I say fixed. Gotten us past 60. With Mitmap it doesn't. Sorry, with Mitmap it doesn't what? When you say considerable amount of people playing, are we talking in Simro terms? Wow, we crashed. With Mitmap it doesn't reach 12 gigabytes. So I don't even know what that means relative to my situation. Is it that particular train that's bugged? I'm not even going to try again. I can't be bothered. There's another one that's there. Maybe I need to turn on smooth motion for Simro. I don't know the numbers exactly, but I had full dispatch from the Are you sure it wasn't the same person following you? Okay, well, I guess I've fixed the problem. And I don't think it had anything to do with... You know what, though? Do you lose performance using VSync? Because that's another difference. The only difference I've had since yesterday is I just turned VSync off, but I've turned it back on and we're still holding 60. And obviously I overclocked my GPU this morning. To be fair, it was a significant overclock. But I'm just wondering, would it have had that much of an effect? Where's my... Why was it running the overclock? I didn't restart. Did I restart my PC? Oh, I did. I didn't put it back on. That's valid. Right, plus 350. I'm not cool. Yeah, good idea, actually. Yeah, very good idea. We were getting 80, right? We maxed out at 80 before. Nothing's changed. Oh, 84. Oh, we got up to 90. On this camera, it was 80. On this camera, it was 80. Let me do like a live demonstration. Okay, so 80. Okay, it put us at the fourth. Okay, anyway, we were at 90, right? Go back into the game. 90, 91. 90, 91. Reset. Back into the game. Did it reset? I saw 92. Okay, 92 again. Okay, there's no difference. At least not in... At least not here. Rip. I should have done the curve before I. Yeah, rip. Anyway, it's been good. It's been real. Yeah, why doesn't the GPU go to 100% usage when I unlock the FPS? I feel like it should do that. The graphics card, the graphic card crashed. Oh, I was pushing 400 before, and it wouldn't work if I don't flatten the voltage. If I don't flatten the voltage, it just kills itself basically, and I kind of forgot about that. Um, it didn't fully die though, you know. I can't access. I just need the game to die. That sounds terrible. Why won't this come to the forefront? Okay, anyway. GPU at 0%. It's rip. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. That was a little extra content. Keep an eye out for any messages put in the Discord and the announcements section regarding tomorrow's stream. Yes or no Simroll soon? I can't say yet. It's definitely in my mind, on my mind. But I can't say 100%. Yes, I'm going to play it, or no, I'm not going to play it. But it's on my mind. It's on my mind. I guess we'll see. Maybe when they add the E186 deliveries, I think that will give me a good excuse. And you know that's one of my favorite locos in the game, so I think that would give me a good excuse. Yeah, yeah. Any indication yet as to when it will drop? Guess we'll find out at some point. But I think that would be a good excuse. Yeah, let me. I'll say for now. Yeah, around that time, maybe we'll do a couple sessions and see where we go from there. But yeah, for now, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening without my yapping. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Nothing else really to add other than take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe. Health is wealth, and until the next one, peace out.